is Nadine Vendryes. I am a makeup artist extraordinaire. I'm from Jamaica. Well, I was born in New York originally, but I grew up in Jamaica and then came back to New York with a quick sidebar in Miami. So that's the little, island flair. Love the hot weather. Anyway, I digress. Makeup is my passion, my life. I love it. Favorite colors change with the seasons, obviously, but there's always so much to do and to love and to explore. Working with fashion is amazing. I work a lot with music artists also. To name a few are Beyonce, Patti LaBelle, Florence and the Machine, love her. It's so many different jobs once you get on set. Behind the scenes is always a show in itself. You're a psychiatrist, sometimes you're helping the hairstylist, sometimes you're helping the models, the photographers, whatever. You just gotta get in there and get the job done. Let's see, I always loved makeup. I was one of those kids that had the Barbie head with the makeup and the hair, and that was my thing, and every year I had to get a new one because I'd run out of the makeup and I'd be pissed. So living in Jamaica, I briefly did some modeling. I hated it. I wasn't that girl to be in front of the camera. That wasn't my thing. Behind the scenes was my thing, and I found that out, ironically, in the Miss Jamaica pageant when I was a contestant and I was actually fixing up all of my competition so they could beat me. So that really wasn't the smart thing to do, but that's when I realized I really love makeup. I need to do something with this. Also, at the time, I was a stockbroker's assistant, so it was kind of a weird transition to get into makeup, but when you really love something, you find a way to do what you gotta do, and I did. And I started working, doing photo shoots on the beach, anything that I could, and I ended up finally getting into music videos, which was really, really fun. This was back in a time where music videos had great budgets. So we would be on South Beach, shooting in mansions, living it up, bottle popping, all that good stuff, great checks, hey. And that was when it was really, really fun. Like, music was fun, and I started working with different artists. Trina was one of my first artists that I worked with for quite a few years, so that was very exciting and different, being in that like raw, grimy hip-hop world, and it kind of just cascaded from there. Eventually I had to leave Miami and move to New York to pursue bigger fish, and it actually worked out really well because I ended up landing gigs with Patti LaBelle and one of my all-time favorites, Beyonce, and that's kind of the point where you sit back and take it all in and say, you know what, I know she has a makeup artist that she's worked with for like 12 years and she is amazing. Actually, like when kids have makeup pictures of like rock stars on their walls, I had pictures of Francesca's makeup on my wall. That's Beyonce's original makeup artist. So to be able to cover for her and fill in when she's not around is amazing and such a blessing, and that's probably one of the biggest milestones in my career. I digress. She's fabulous. Working with her makes you really want to like grind and like be the best you can be, because she is on. Like, it is serious work time. There's no fluff around her. It is work time, and she hits her mark like every single time she gets it, and that really pushes you to be the best you can be.
So Nadine is one of the makeup artists in our styling crew. Our styling crew have a lot of work to do, a lot of pressure on. So she's basically got to do half of the models in the morning and then retouch that same half at lunchtime. And the pressure is on really to get them out in the limited time that we have in the morning to get all the models ready, because we have a strict schedule to work through.
Nadine is my homegirl. We've had such a good time getting to know one another and having her doll me up to a movie star every day. You know, it's her job to take what the stylist has provided and create something on a face that definitely accurately correlates with it and makes it look good. I think she's incredibly talented. You know, sculpting cheekbones, puffing up lips, and giving a good cat eye. I don't think people realize how much talent and ability that takes, and she's great.
For me as a photographer, I want to have an image that I don't have to do a necessary retouching to clean up things that could have been, looked after with the makeup. So the makeup artist saves me work, but also does something to the model to make her look beautiful and inspiring in herself, and to kind of like spark off the inspiration that comes from when I'm shooting. And also it's also about light as well, making sure that the face isn't shiny, and picking up light in a unflattering way. That all helps the flow of the actual technical part of the shoot as well.
I just love it. Like it's so exciting. Like you just want to get it and scream sometimes, especially when it's something so beautiful and it just like takes your breath away. And that's always what you're striving for, is something that's gonna take your breath away.
Makeup people are one of my, I mean, I love people I work with, but makeup people, they, I would say, I'm trying to be extra kind to them, because if they fuck it up, and Nadine, one of the people I used to work before, and I love her dearly, she knows what I love, big lips and the beautiful dramatic eye. I forgot how it's called, but she'll tell you.
Big lips.
Oh,
that's the moment that I really
damn
want
big
you to...
lips. Okay, he's got this thing, and okay, you know what? And this is a great part about being in the industry, because you work with a designer and he has a vision. And when you're doing a show for a designer, it is all about his vision. He has brought you in to help him create his vision. But for editorial, and everybody's looking to get, you know, tear sheets from something that's published, we had a little slight, I don't want to call it an altercation because there was no like blows or nothing, but you know, he got a little testy with me this morning because his thing is, you know, very heavy, fabulous, elongated cat eye, which I'm good for. It's in season, so I'm down with it. But he also loves these really big, overdrawn, bright red lips.
So me and Nadine had a little discussion, a friendly discussion about lip shape and size, more like it. I wanted big, and she said, well, you know, we can go big, but we cannot go that big. And then I said, no, you really have to do it. I really want it. And she said, well, but you have to understand.
First of all, I'm not a fan of the overdrawn lip. I feel like the lip liner is really not in season. And as a makeup artist, it is my job to maintain what is represented for this season. We have collections, we have colors for the season, we have styles for the season, and everything does like kind of need to be cohesive, especially if we're looking to get it published, because if everything is the same, or if everything looks dated from 1987, like who's gonna want to publish that in like Vogue Italia? That's what I want. I want everything I do to look like it's gonna come out of Vogue Italia or something as fabulous as that. So he loves all these models with these big overdrawn red lips, so I had to put my foot down and tell him he had to stay in his lane. Makeup is my lane. I didn't tell you to shorten your dress, to hem it up, it'll only take you a few seconds, make it longer, put a train. That's not my lane. That's not my job. My job is makeup. I'm good at my job, and I know I'm good at my job.
And that's a great thing about me, you know, I'm not a dictator. I really listen to people, and if they make sense, and she makes perfect sense, and then I say, Nadine, you're absolutely right. Do it. And I'm so happy she did what she proposed, because that was just unreal.
I want tears just like you want tears, which is tear sheets for your portfolio from a fabulous magazine. And I feel like if everybody has the same eye and the same lip, that compromises my integrity as an artist, for me to stand up for what I want in my book and for what my vision for being part of the team for this fabulous creation. Like, I'm responsible for that, so I'm not gonna let you bully me into doing this big old red, messy, overdrawn lip on everybody. That's not even gonna work on everybody. That's a huge part of my job, is to kind of know what's gonna work.
Nadine knows exactly what's expected of her on the third day. Obviously, her and Leonid have this love-hate relationship in terms of lips. It's funny from my point of view, because I can obviously see her point, I can see his point, and it's nice to see that little wrangle there. And I don't mind, because they all look fantastic. And yeah, really pleased with Nadine. Very professional, looking forward to working with her again.
She is a sweetheart and extremely gifted, talented professional. I do not see myself without someone like her. As simple as that.
her lip too much because the dress is a lot, the hat's a lot, the eyes are a lot, so the lips are very natural. I'm sure I'll hear about it later.
Okay, so
Check the next one. I think it's great. So you do it right the first time, keep touch-ups to them.
Is that the light coming off of here that's giving us that?
First of all, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret that a lot of my family and friends don't even know. I just found out that I'm pregnant like the week before I got here, so I don't even know how pregnant or nothing. So my energy level is not what it usually is, and I'm very excited though. But it's rough. I've been up, you know, from 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's been non-stop work. I've banged out 4 gorgeous girls. They're shooting simultaneously in different rooms. Maybe not banged out. I did the makeup. I'm already pregnant. But I got 4 amazingly beautiful girls, even more gorgeous, and they're all shooting simultaneously in different rooms. So I'm here, there, I'm everywhere. I'm so tired. It's a lot. But I do, as a makeup artist, I do get a little break here and there. It depends on what the job is, because sometimes you're just on set and that's just the way it is. Some photographers want you on set as long as they're on set, and that's part of your job. Today was actually, it was a long day, but it wasn't that hard of a day because all of my models are gorgeous and they can wear their faces and they don't require a lot of touch-ups. And so we had a break for lunch and I had like maybe 30 minutes of touch-ups, and that was it. It was it went by so fast because there's just so much going on. Like, you want to be everywhere, and before you know it, the day's over and you're like, really? We're wrapped? Okay, great. So I'll go to bed. Actually, I gotta go and wash my brushes. I have like 200 dirty brushes, and I gotta go wash them all because I'm not one of those makeup artists that come the next day with dirty brushes. Ugh, and a lot of people do. Check yourself on that. And yeah, I'm gonna come tomorrow with my clean brushes and do it all over again. Okay, this morning it was a little harder to get up this morning than yesterday morning. The 5 o'clock alarm was like the devil this morning. It was so bad. And the shower was just like, oh, it's just not even waking me up today. Like, it was a really, really rough morning. Actually, we got out of here later last night than the night before, and I had to go wash brushes, and I actually cheated. I didn't even wash all my brushes. I thought I was talking shit to everybody. Kind of did a dry clean on some of them. I washed the important ones, the concealers, the foundations, and the lips. I wash those, and the liners. I wash those. Okay. And the rest got a little quick dry clean. I just couldn't. I was so exhausted. And I was dragging really bad this morning, and I think everybody was a little bit though, so it didn't stand out that I was dragging, so that was good. We started a little bit late. We tried to rush. Like, I have the best girls, and when we're all in what I call our dungeon, we were having so much fun this morning.
Hair and makeup are the first things that you go into at the beginning of the day. So whatever kind of tone or vibe is there definitely is how you'll feel for the rest of the day. You know, if you start out, like I said, with a makeup artist you can tell just isn't really excited to be there, then you're gonna be kind of like, I don't really know how I feel about being here. But every day so far we have been laughing and just having an amazing time getting ready for the shoot. So it's been very easy to be excited about the rest of the day when you start off on such a good note.
Well, Nadine, she's very bubbly. She's great to have around, always smiling. You can hear them laugh a mile away. And yeah, she's got my back as well, which is great. I need people like her that I can talk to and be very frank, and she hasn't got the ego, so she gets, you know, sort of gets frustrated. She knows what's expected, and I can be honest with her and ask her, and she knows exactly what's expected of her. So yeah, it's great that she's got my back.
Nadine's larger than life. I mean, as a photographer on an event, I'm mostly kind of away from the styling room. I'm doing my own thing, but I was mostly aware of all the styling team, of her presence, because she's just, you know, really loud and bubbly and but really lovely as well at the same time. And we, talked a lot and had lunch together, and she's just really lovely. A great personality, I think, to have on a styling team.
Today was good for me because I didn't have to fight anybody. I went in this morning tired, like, you know what, no overdrawn lips, no exaggerated lines. They've got that for 2 days. And, like, you're not putting the same dress on the models. I'm not putting the same makeup on the models. And that was just my stance. And nobody said anything to me. There was no beef. There was no trouble. Like, it was good.
Don't come between Nadine and her lips. Don't come between Leonid and his ruffles. Warning you.
That is an official warning. I'm so happy you like these lips.
I love these lips. You kidding me?
Give me the lipstick. I want some big lips.
I know you want some red lips, right?
For him, go extra. Overdrawn.
Extra overdrawn. You know what? There's so much advice out there, and I feel like I did good not following people's advice. I'll never forget this ever as long as I live. And this was a really respected, well-known makeup artist that I had actually like kind of trained with a little bit. And I was so like excited, like, okay, I've been working in Miami and the market's kind of dying down and I'm gonna move to New York. And she said to me, she goes, Nadine, you're a big fish in a little pond here. Why would you want to trade that to be a little fish in a big pond? And she scared the shit out of me with that. And I thought about it for like, days, like at nights. I couldn't sleep, like am I making the right decision? And, moving to New York was the right decision for me. And you can't take anybody else's advice because everybody's journey is different. The best advice that I can give is to work hard and follow your dreams and do what you want to do, and don't let anybody tell you you can't. Oh my God. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do what you want to do. You can. You have to work hard for it and you have to be dedicated, but don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something. Like, that's always been actually good for me, for somebody to tell me that I can't, because that makes me work harder to show them that I can. So that's my advice. Don't take other people's stupid advice and work hard. And that really is like the recipe for success. If you want it bad enough and you're willing to work hard enough for it, you'll get it. Last piece of advice actually is don't ever think you're too big to do something. Like, I would still work for free for the right job. I would still test to get something that I really want, in my portfolio. Just always be willing to go the extra mile and do something that you love so it doesn't feel like work. That's probably it for my advice. And that, my friends, is a true fashion shoot experience. And I'm out. Deuces.
Hi everyone, Miss Aniela here. As you know, we can't fit everything into our episodes, so please head to our pro download section where you can see more of my editing, more of the director's cut, and more of the fashion shoot experience. And I hope you enjoy.